So my front split is far from perfect, but if you talk to my 10, 11, 12-year-old self that I could get as far as I can right now, they probably wouldn't believe you. When I was little doing Taekwondo, I was a beast at middle splits. I can barely do one right now. And I just thought I wasn't that type of person who would get the front splits. But here's the thing. When I started training what was called an ATG, aka ass to grass split squats, I started getting lower and lower, and I wasn't even training them, which was crazy. And that's one of the reasons why I just love teaching this movement so much, because the movement carries over into so many other things and you don't even realize it until you get to working on those things. You're working on hip mobility, knee resiliency, ankle flexibility, all that in one movement. And in today's tutorial, I'm going to break down how to do the ATG split squat properly, safely, and how to progress it no matter where you are on the spectrum of strength and mobility. And today I have my friends demoing the ATG split squat for us. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, not just to support us, but to support you, because we make really good and amazing calisthenics tutorials and fitness content for you to continue your training at your own pace, at your own time. So without further ado, let's get to the ATG split squat. The ATG split squat, like I said earlier, stands for ass to grass. Basically, that comes from this idea of getting our thighs to touch our calves almost as we get our ass to the grass during a squat. But this is a split squat, so that means it's more of a single leg exercise. Only one part of your ass is getting to the grass. Honestly, it is not the panacea of movements. It's not going to cure all of your hip, knee, and ankle pain, but it is very helpful and does build resiliency within the lower body chain. Basically, as you're coming forward into the split squat, you're building a lot of tension in the hip at length, and then you're holding your own body weight up, so you're building a lot of strength at this length in the back hip. As the knee travels over the toe, you're stretching out the back of the ankle, building some tolerance for some ankle compression at the front, building some resiliency of the knee at this angle. In some variations, I see people teach this with a bent knee in the back, and that could be fine if your main concern is the ankle and the knee compression in the front, right? But if you want to surprise yourself by getting front splits one of these days, really lock out that back knee and come forward. Now, this can be done with weights. You can have the weight wherever you want. I preferably like to have it on my shoulders, so the weight's like pushing me down. This is also legit. So however you'd like to hold it, depending on what sort of weight or implement you have. Some people have tight ankles and that's where they struggle. That's cool. People put a plate underneath their heel and do it too. Over time, as you get more comfortable, you can lower this plate down so that you're actually getting more compression in the ankle. I just want you to remember the key cues are, if we're aiming for improving the flexibility of the hips, especially the leg and the back, keep that quad or that thigh squeezed as we come forward. If we are focusing mainly on knee resiliency and the ankle compression, then it doesn't really matter too much that this knee's fully straight in the back, and we go as far forward as we can. That's how you work it. So instead of thinking of ATG progressions in terms of levels, we're going to talk about different strategies to approach the movement so that you can discover where your starting point is and how to move on from there. So one of the strategies that I really like to teach is elevating the front foot. So when we elevate the front foot, the demand on the stretch of the back leg is reduced. We can still get some beautiful compression in the front, but it's a lot less demand on the back hip to stabilize and be strong. I've seen people pick steps on a stairwell and choose lower steps as they get better at this. Now, one of the things that can be challenging is the balance. Now, this is not a tightrope movement, so you want to avoid keeping your feet on the same line. You see how my feet are on different lines here? It's about hip width distance. If you're having trouble with balance otherwise, you can grab onto something. I have PVC pipes here. This is helping me with the balance, and I can focus on the strength and the mobility component rather than my balance. The other way to challenge yourself is to add weight at any point. The cool thing about the dumbbell is that it's going to help pull you deeper or push you deeper into the position. So sometimes people find it as a little bit easier to do it with weight than to do it just body weight. With whatever strategy you're choosing, it's totally okay not to go super deep in the beginning. You want to work at a range of motion that feels controllable and slightly at your edge, meaning like it feels a little bit challenging, but I don't feel like I'm going to fall over too much or that I'm straining anything, and that I can repeat at least 6 or so reps and feel safe in it. So gradually work up to the mobility and the strength level that's desirable. Don't force any positions that feel unwelcoming. So if you appreciated what we shared with you today in this tutorial, remember to like and subscribe and join the Queer Calisthenics community. Also, if you are interested in a program that will help you build strength and mobility sustainably with mainly bodyweight exercise, you're going to want to check out the description notes below, because there's a 4-week program for beginner to intermediate movers for you to build sustainable strength and have fun along the way. So definitely check those notes out, and I'll see you next time.